there are racetracks, and then there's the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This place isn't just famous, it's sacred ground for racing fans. Over a century of speed, crashes, legends, engineering, and absolute chaos packed into one giant oval in the middle of Indiana. And now, after a massive renovation, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum is finally back open. Today, we're walking through iconic race cars, Indy 500 history, winning machines worth millions of dollars, and stories that have helped shape motorsports forever. Even if you're not a hardcore racing fan, this place is honestly incredible. The first thing that hits you about the Speedway is the size. Pictures do not prepare you for this place. The track stretches across 250 acres. You could fit entire stadiums inside this facility and still have room left over. And before you even step into the museum, there's already that feeling that you're standing somewhere important. Well, because you are. The Indianapolis 500 has been running for over 100 years. Generations grew up watching races here. Some of the greatest drivers in history have crossed these bricks. And if you live in Indiana, this place is practically woven into the culture. Now, let's talk about the museum itself, because this isn't some dusty little building with old pictures hanging on the walls. The renovation completely modernized the experience. The lighting, the displays, the layout, the presentation, everything feels cleaner, sharper, and more immersive. The cars aren't just parked randomly anymore. Each section feels designed to pull you into a different era of racing history. And that matters, because these aren't just cars. Some of these machines changed motorsports forever. Almost immediately, you're surrounded by historic Indy cars. Different generations, different styles, different eras of engineering. And one thing becomes obvious really fast. Race cars evolved fast. You can literally watch technology changing as you move through the museum. Early cars look terrifying. Tiny tires, massive engines, basically no safety features. The drivers back then were completely insane. And somehow, that makes this history even more impressive, because the people were racing at dangerous speeds long before modern safety existed. One of the coolest parts of the museum is seeing actual winning cars from the Indy 500 and the NASCAR 400. Not replicas, the real cars. Cars driven by legends. And standing next to them make you realize something TV never really shows. These machines are unbelievably low to the ground. Everything about them is built for speed. Nothing extra, nothing unnecessary, just engineering focused on going faster than everyone else. And the closer you look, the more details you notice. Tiny cockpit spaces, massive tires, aerodynamics that look like fighter jets on wheels. It's mechanical art. Now, outside the museum, the actual speedway still steals the show. This track has hosted some of the most dramatic moments in racing history. Victory celebrations, horrific crashes, last lap passes, underdog wins, and standing near the track, you start to understand why drivers respect this place so much. IMS has a reputation. The corners look different in person. The straightaways feel endless. And when race cars are flying around that oval at insane speeds, the sound hits your chest like thunder. Television doesn't fully capture that. You feel it here. Of course, you can't talk about the IMS without talking about the famous Yard of Bricks. Because before the Speedway became the smooth racing surface we know today, the track was literally made of bricks. Most of them are gone now, but a strip remains at the start-finish line as a tribute to the track's history. And yes, everybody stops for pictures here. Drivers kiss the bricks after winning the race. Fans take photos standing on them. It's one of those traditions that makes sports feel timeless. And here's the important part. You do not need to be a hardcore racing fan to enjoy this museum. Because at its core, this place is really about innovation, competition, history, and human ambition. The cars look incredible. The stories are fascinating. And the presentation keeps things moving. Even if you came in knowing almost nothing about racing, you'd still leave impressed. And to me, that's the sign of a good museum. The newly renovated Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum absolutely lives up to the hype. It's modern without losing its history, interactive without feeling gimmicky, and packed with enough legendary cars and stories to keep you exploring for hours. Whether you're a lifelong racing fan or just looking for something unique to do in Indianapolis, this place is worth experiencing at least once. Because standing next to these cars, seeing the trophies, walking the same grounds where racing history happened, it reminds you that some places are bigger than entertainment. They become icons. And if you enjoyed exploring IMS with us, subscribe and follow along because we've got more travel adventures, hidden gems, attractions, and unforgettable places coming soon. Every trip starts with one question. Can we go there? If you love channels that keep you asking, can we go there next? Please subscribe and turn on that notification button. We thank you for your support and we thank you for subscribing. Have a good day.